guys, this is Jon.
And this is Sethy.
And this is
Enduring Curiosity. On today's episode, we talk about
Other formats.
and another one of our decks.
Hi guys, welcome back.
Welcome back, y'all.
And this is a little segment. We have been joking about it, but now I think we're actually going to put it into practice, and we're going to call this The Upkeep.
It's a debut for season 2.
Debut for season 2. This is something going forward. It's just going to be quick little segments where we talk about stuff, and it could be anything from like magic news. It could be anything to like, hey, we're going to take this card and we're going to break it down and explain its abilities or maybe its uses or
some content that we saw recently.
Maybe
our games that we had recently.
Any of our games. It'll just be really quick stuff, and then we'll get to the main beefy action.
The main squeeze.
So recently, for content I've seen recently that I personally, it was just very small, and I'll be sure to shout out the artist, but if you've seen any of the spoilers for the Marvel sets.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about too.
So there was a content creator who was saying that the little like signatures, the little like where it determines the rarity.
Oh yeah, the watermark.
The watermark?
Or no, the set symbol.
The set symbol. Yeah. So he was saying how like the Marvels.
It's Uggo.
Yeah, he was saying it's Uggo.
It's kind of Uggo.
And he's like, off the bat, they're already fucking up the Marvel one. And I'm like, what?
People like to be dramatic, okay?
People love to be dramatic. And I was like looking at it and I was like, it looks like a comic book, which I mean like...
It's just so skinty. It's like a skinny legend. I don't get it.
It looks like a comic book, mama.
But it's so skinty.
Now, I will say, yes, when it's supposed to look like a comic book and it just has a generic-ass M on it, I do think that's kind of silly. Maybe they should have like switched it out for like... You know how they have little speech bubbles, or maybe they should have just done more lines.
Oh, okay.
To like, the dramatic lines that are like diagonal that show like action scenes or something like that.
Comic book style.
They should have done more comic book style, but they did do some comic book style with one of them where it's like you got the little squares.
I was about to mention, so the Commander version's set symbol actually has like an open face comic book with the M on one side.
Yes.
But the main set symbol is kind of strange because it's just like the skinty little M.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It should have been not that, but it's fine because I still think it's funny. I think it looks good. I think it's a little dramatic to be like, already we're off to a bad start. I'm like, you guys are literally perpetuating this feeling that it's bad. Stop perpetuating it.
People just like to be haters. It's fine. I mean, it's ugly. I can agree with that.
What do you have
not
to?
Not that big of a deal.
What do you have to say about the sets the cards that they've released though?
Yeah, I watched the debut stream and it was really cool. Very exciting to see all the new cards they released. I think the most exciting for me is the Bruce Banner / Incredible Hulk one.
I mean, people are already talking about that and the infinite combats you can get from that.
Combats. It's so fun. It's funny because in the debut stream, I think Rachel Weeks, shout out to you, she mentioned a card called Caltrops, I think.
Yes.
Or Booby Traps, something like that.
Yeah.
And
no, I think you're right. It's Caltrops.
That card immediately spiked in price the second after the stream. We're like, oh my god, Rachel said it. We have to buy it. Rachel said it. We have to buy it.
Because Rachel's word is gospel.
It's law, folks. It's
and then, okay, the artist, I will shout out. So if you want to check out the video that he made himself where he talks about it and he explains why. Artist was Werq MTG. That's Bull and then Werq WARK and then MTG.
Damn,
I don't agree with what your opinion is, but I will say you make magic content, so you're a friend.
You should have said, "This is your name. This is your name. This is the name. And
this is your address. This is your address, and we're gonna fuck you up."
Oh my god, baddie alert!
We might give you, if we ever have you on the pod or we ever talk to you, you can have one kiss. We'll play one game.
Oh my gosh, what card did you see as spoilers that you liked?
Oh my god. Okay, so for cards I saw the Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
You love Moon Girl.
I was expressing how much I liked it because, first off, it's Simic, which I love a good Simic. And don't get me wrong, I love Coma, but the thing about Coma is he's kind of like the grandpa in my Simic deck because he's kind of like, by the time Grandpa comes out, you know you're in trouble.
It's like, how many mana? Like 8 mana?
Yeah, he's expensive. 7 mana. 7 mana. He is expensive, but he's like the minute he gets out, mama, you're ruined.
Sure.
He's gonna ruin the game. But
Ward 4.
That's why I really liked the Simic, Moon Girl, and Devil Dinosaur. So basically, it says it's 1 in Simic, so 1 in a green and blue. It is a legendary creature, human dinosaur hero. It is a 2/2, but her card reads, whenever you draw your second card each turn, until end of turn, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur's base power and toughness become 6/6 and then gain trample. And then under that, it says, whenever an artifact you control enters, draw a card. This ability only triggers once each turn. First off...
so strong. Once each turn.
Once each turn.
I mean, it's a limitation, but the fact that if you just have any artifact enter on your turn or each opponent's turn, you just draw cards.
Literally.
So good.
And so Coma is already, like, he's pretty beefy.
But he's getting dethroned?
But he's getting dethroned because he's expensive. So Coma's a 12/8, but he's 7 cost. And she's 6/6. 6/6 is not that far from 8. So like
conditionally 6/6, but it's not too hard to reach.
And it's not that hard to reach it. All you have to do is draw your second card.
So Coma's getting dethroned
by a little girl and her pet dino.
We'll have to see. Deck tech coming soon.
Coming soon.
Cool.
All right. I think that's it for me.
Nice. Love that upkeep.
Thanks for the upkeep, y'all.
Let's get into the episode.
Enduring curiosity. Enduring in curiosity.
Okay, let's get into our first segment of the day, which will be about other Magic the Gathering formats. So I know a lot of people are introduced to Magic nowadays through Commander, which can be kind of rough because it's like very different rules-wise. 100 cards, singleton, 4 different players.
It's a lot. They can be a lot, especially when you're starting out. I think, obviously, Commander is not the best mode to start out with if you're trying to learn Magic. That's why I suggest to a lot of people who are starting out to try Magic Arena, which is like the mobile app, just so that way it's easier for you to like, oh, okay, so here's how Magic's played, here's what I can do, and it will be in a different format, but at least then like...
Yeah, standard or something,
and it can like get the ball started.
Yeah, for sure. They give you a lot of pre-made decks and stuff. And what's nice about the digital client, is that like it makes you follow the rules, and so you'll immediately learn like the different phases of the game, and that like most people don't even realize there's a main phase 2 after combat, you know.
Oh yeah.
So it helps you teach and learn like how to respond to things, or like see the triggers on the stack, which is really important visually for a lot of people. So
especially since a lot of the times I felt like in the arena, I was literally for like, I think like the first few 100 games I was getting absolute beaten the shit out of, but it helped me learn how to play. And then once I was like, oh, okay, I understand a little bit better, and then it helped me respond to my actual games that I would play with like games we play together. I responded better to that.
Yeah. What format did you learn first? Like, what was your test driving format?
Definitely Commander.
Gotcha.
Commander I learned first, but then that was after I was doing all my like silly goose research, and then I finally downloaded the app, and then I started playing on the app more. And then as I was playing on the app more, I got a much better idea of like how it all works, because it's smaller games or shorter games, smaller cards. So I understand more. But I've only played 3 formats essentially. I've only played
3.
I've only played Commander. I've only played Standard, and then I've only played. Oh, I guess technically that's not true, but I'm counting as like ones that I've played repetitively. But okay, so Commander, Standard, and then the other game mode, which is Pendragon.
Right. Yeah. Pentagon.
I don't know.
So it's a Commander variant.
It's a Commander variant. It's essentially like Pendragon is essentially like let's say you have an odd number of people, but more than 4 essentially. So you have like 5, or even if you have 6 or something like that. Or sorry, okay. So then I should say if you have more than 4 players, but essentially you have like, okay, so let's say you're player 1. Then you have like go all around, and you have player 2, and then you have like player 6, let's say, on your side. So like you essentially what you do is that you don't attack 2 or 6, and you just go after the other players. So you go after 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, so some people call the format star or pentagram.
Or pentagram. That's probably probably what I was thinking.
Yeah,
of.
but if you think of like the shape of a star, for example, your two main opponents are the ones opposite of the star point of view, and so you have to make sure whoever wins the game is the person whose opposite side two opponents lose.
Yeah.
And so kind of like you don't have to worry too much about getting swung at by your left and right.
But your left or right.
Yeah, and it's interesting. It definitely speeds up games in general, I'd say, just because, like...
You have less people to worry about.
Yeah, it's definitely very different, I've noticed, in, like, playing it, because I played it with you, too, where, like, a lot of cards read very differently. Like, Myriad, for example, is, like, nerfed in a way, because when you attack, you don't swing at your left and right people, you only swing at your front two. So, like, Myriad only makes one copy instead of 2 other ones.
Yeah.
Kind of weird in that way, or, like, cards, like... that drain all opponents would only drain 2 people.
Yeah, because the game is supposed to be about, like, so those people who are across from you in that star angle, they're supposed to be your opponents. So, and then the other people that are next to you are basically you basically don't. They're
neutral.
You don't. Yeah, they don't exist essentially.
I love how David, shout out to you, always says they're Switzerland.
They're Switzerland.
They're like they're just there.
They're just there.
Not your enemies.
Not nothing.
Your allies. But yeah, that's funny.
They're just there. And I've played it a few times, and I do like it. It just depends, because like it also like I think sometimes while it can go fast, sometimes it can also drag on more. It just depends on how fast everyone's wanting to play.
Okay, I have a question for you.
What's up?
I think I can name a lot of formats. I want to see how many formats you can name.
Okay.
Ripping off the dome.
Oh, off the dome?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so Brawl.
Brawl, okay.
Historic.
Okay.
Penny.
What's Penny?
Is that not? Okay, never mind.
Oh, Penny Dreadful?
I don't know.
You don't even know what that is.
No, I've just seen it. I thought that was a format. Anyway.
Okay.
Popper.
I love me some Popper, yeah.
Okay, standard and modern.
Okay.
Because I found out they're different. Commander.
Okay. We're going to have some words about that later.
I found out they're different. Commander.
Yes, Commander.
Let's see. There's another one.
There's another one. There's many more.
There's many more. I know there's more. There's...
I know you played some too. What do we do at pre-release?
Is draft considered one?
Yes, draft.
Really? And pre-release?
Which is?
Limited?
Sealed.
Sealed.
So limited describes both draft and sealed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's pretty much because of historic. Isn't there one with an R? No. Okay.
Romander.
Romander. In Romander, you
go to Greece.
You
go to Rome.
And you do as Romans do.
You do like a tour around the nations.
You go to Mount Vesuvius.
Mount Vesuvius.
And then you get in Vesuva, and then you go to the mountain.
Wear a toga.
You wear a toga.
You should try it sometime.
I have.
Oh.
I've been there.
So you just happen to forget. There you go.
I didn't happen to forget.
Okay.
About Romander? Yeah, I forgot about Romander. You got me. Okay. I think that's as many as I can name.
Okay. There's many more. I definitely know that you wanted to try Dan.
Oh, how could I forget
fan-made
Dan?
Format. A very specific deck involved. I think, importantly, you have to mention Legacy and Vintage. Because those are like...
Oh, that's what I was forgetting. I was confusing Historic with Vintage.
They're also... Historic is a format, too. Arena made, 3 different random as heck formats just because of, the card pools they had and stuff. Yeah. So it's really weird in that way. So, Alchemy is another example of,
I hate Alchemy.
I hate Alchemy, too.
I hate Alchemy.
It's all the digital-only cards.
I do not like the digital-only cards.
Yeah, it's strange for sure. Pioneer... is
oh yeah, that was another one.
Here, let me kind of break down what standard, Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, and Vintage are. So when the game started, obviously as sets came out, people were like, let's just play with all the cards available.
Right.
And so after some point, it's wait, this is way too many cards. And so what they decided to do was they said, for Standard, which was created, and they said within the last 2 years. And so Standard is the most recent set, and then around 2 to 4 years from that, depending on like the rotation cycle and stuff. Foundations kind of complicates that, but don't worry about that. And so that is from there. Pioneer is a little bit further back. I think Return to Ravnica is the cutoff for that one. And so it's like maybe like I think it has Shocklands and stuff is like the cutoff that people always cite. So it's a little bit further back. Modern is even further back. I don't even know. I think Modern. Oh, right. So Modern is called that because they shifted to like the card frames. I'm sure you've seen like really old cards have weird looking card frames. The newer ones have modern,
more stylized.
And so that's why Modern is called that because it has the modern card frame. So any cards that are from when they changed the frame onwards, and then Legacy and Vintage. So
Legacy. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, Legacy and Vintage. They're both very similar. Basically, I think Legacy has a ban list, and Vintage has a restricted list, which means that obviously banned means you can't play it.
Right.
And restricted means that you can play only one copy instead of 4.
Ooh.
And so it's like you can play your Black Lotuses, your Time Walks, your everything.
But only one of them.
Yes.
Which is balanced, because if someone pulled out 4 Black Lotuses, I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me?
I know. It's like, damn, turn 1, like 12 mana, 15, like 13, whatever. Like, it's crazy. And then Canadian Highlanders, one that I mentioned on the podcast.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've heard of that one.
It's cool. It's like a very unique one, but I think it's really fun because it uses a point system. And so a lot of really high, powerful cards have like points on it, and you can have up to 10 points in your 100-card singleton deck. And so it's like, you can run a Black Lotus in there that uses 4 points out of your 10. So like maybe you should consider, a bunch of other cards.
Like you don't want to...
Like if you have a Black Lotus, then maybe you can have 2 other cards that have 3 points worth of value. So you can only have 3 cards then that are worth points. And so it's like maybe I should spread myself thin and do 10 1-cost points. You know what I mean? It's like a deck building idea type of thing.
Okay.
It's really unique though. I definitely recommend some gameplay.
Okay.
I know that, Cube is one that I really want to get into. I've always wanted to make a cube.
I was going to say, I feel like I've heard you say cube before.
Yeah, cube is basically limited, but you design the packs. Like you design like all the cards that are in a cube.
Okay.
And then some people have like seeded packs, kind of like Jumpstart. Jumpstart's in their format, I guess. Jumpstart, where like it's a pre-made pack. Sometimes it's like, here's the different rarity slots, randomly pick cards from each one to make a normal pack. But what's cool about Cube is that people can really have any design possible. I think I read there's a very famous playmat that someone made that says, Cube will outlive Magic.
Oh.
Well, because it's just like such an easy way to pick up and play, and it's like self-contained. People like make like a mono black cube, or like all cats cube, or like, famous mechanics for each color pair cube or whatever. So it's kind of cool format where you can design it. And lastly, this is one that I'm surprised didn't pop off. It's called Oathbreaker.
What's that?
It's Commander, but you get a signature spell in the command zone.
Ooh.
You get like an instant or sorcery that you can have in the command zone. And I think Planeswalkers can be commanders too. And I think it starts at 20 life, I think.
A signature spell. So how does it work then when you let's say you cast
command text.
Let's say you cast like a commander bolt, and then it costs more.
Like a lightning bolt?
A lightning bolt.
Yeah, as your commander, as your signature spell. Yeah, it costs 1 the first time, costs 2 more, so 3 the next time. 5 the next time, so on. Yeah.
What if it's a card with buyback?
Buyback brings it back to your hand, so it would come back to your hand.
So it would avoid the commander tax?
I guess the first time you play it, yeah. Or if you keep buybacking it, yeah.
Me gonna be like tapping your lands. Haha, mister.
Oh my gosh, right? Like, let me just play like a card that taps all of my opponent's lands, or silence in the command zone.
Oh my gosh.
You could do that.
Be like, you're never gonna cast your spells.
Yeah. And it's like maybe like you hold that silence until you see like your opponent's commander's 4 cost. So like once you see your opponent has 4 mana to tap, that's when you cast silence,
Literally.
Like there's some strategy to it. It's interesting. It's a fun format.
Okay.
But I'm sure there's many more, but those are the ones that I definitely looked into. Pauper also, you mentioned, but I play a lot of Pauper. That's actually like when I had a lull of not playing Commander with people, I played a lot of Pauper, a lot of Mono Red Burn.
That
like
sounds crazy.
Lightning Bolt's legal in Pauper, Rift Bolt is legal in Pauper. It's like you can have like I think like 3 or 4 different play sets of 1 mana deal 3. So it's like super fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have played. I mentioned earlier. I have played 1 Brawl game. But I'm not sure what the difference between Commander and Brawl is because they basically are very similar.
So Brawl is standard legal cards for like a Commander format, and it starts at lower life, I believe, as well.
So yeah, yeah. So that one starts at 20, and then also, so that means that as standard like cards that are available change,
Rotate, yeah,
you can't have those same cards.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't. But the change in the cards happens only every.
So it used to be every 2 years. Recently, they switched with foundations. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like 4 years now, like twice as long.
Okay.
That's why they're a little bit more aggressive with the bans in standard because like Vivi would have been in standard for 4 years. And so it's like, no, we should axe that real quick, you know?
They still let him shine pretty long.
I know, but that's a whole nother debate about like how long to ban something.
True.
Whatever.
True. I would definitely say out of all of those, though, the first one I really want to play is Dan.
I know,
because that one seems so fun.
I'll probably proxy a Dan deck or something, and I think it'd be really fun to just like 1v1 people.
Oh yeah.
Easy to pull out, and it's like one deck, so just one shuffle.
But also Dan, it's funny because like Dan is only a blue deck, huh?
Yep. Well. And so, don't forget, Dan is like a player-made format, and so there's like mono red Dan.
I was gonna say,
which is like it's not literally Dan,
but it's like, called Ran.
Ram Ranch.
Ran.
Yeah. But
it's red.
I need a Ram Ranch Dan deck. That'd be funny.
Ranch.
Oh, you don't know what Ram Ranch is? You sweet little soul. Comment, y'all. Leave a comment below if you know what Ram Ranch is, because it's the most funniest thing. I'll have to play it for you later.
I'm concerned.
You should be. It's actually really, really freaky.
Oh!
But anyways, Dan, different formats. Like, Dan was really cool. Like, what's really innovative about Dan is that there's a lot of cards that manipulate the top of the deck. And manipulate the graveyard. And since it's a shared graveyard and shared deck, that really can mess up other people. And so, like, the axis of playing the game is more than just, like, creatures and attack.
Yeah.
Because it's, like, manipulate what they draw, manipulate... Like, well, there's even a card that, like, changes the land types that people have.
So they can't play their lands?
Well, it's so that... Because Dan says that you need to have islands to play it, and I think the opponent needs to have islands to attack with it.
To attack with it, yeah.
To 4-1. And so, if you basically change if I'm against you and I change all of your lands to, like, plains, then your Dan will die.
Not. Yeah, will die and can't attack.
Yeah. And so it's like a strategic, like, do I play all my Dan to go for an aggressive play? But what if they have that card? What if I have a counter spell for that? What if they have a counter spell for that? What if I can put that card that I want them to play that card, so I'm going to play aggressively so they cast it. So I cast the counter spell that puts it to the top, and I can draw that card before they get it back. Like, there's so many cool mind games to Dan that I love a lot.
So do you think that the reason that Dan is like the reason it's blue is because it's the easiest way for you to be the most tricksy?
I think it's literally just that. Yeah, it's just like the most like stack interaction, deck manipulation. It's really fun in that way where it's like since we're having a shared deck, like a lot of other colors can't really interact with like how the deck is shaped. But mono blue has cards, so like look at the top 3 and rearrange it or whatever.
Maybe if there were to make other Dan versions of the other colors, maybe they would have to have like different goals in mind.
Okay.
So maybe like Dan's supposed to be like trickery, like outwit your opponent, right? And that's what blue loves to do.
Yeah.
Red would have to be something where it's like the idea of the game is more aggro the whole time. Green would have to be something. It would be really cool to see something where it's like you have to try to build your board state to a certain like a degree. So you like greens, like whoever can build their board state the fastest, or something like that. Like it doesn't really care about damage, but you can take someone out.
So like the
via
win
damage
condition is different than life total, or
yeah.
Okay.
Like maybe like it's just how fast can you build your board state.
Yeah.
Then
maybe you should look into like making a Dan variant or something.
Maybe
a Simic Dan. How would that be?
Maybe I will.
Your favorite colors.
Maybe I will.
Maybe maybe it will.
And then white would be like, I don't know, white would have to have some other restrictions because white's kind of crazy. It can't really.
Historically, white's like main squeeze is like control or white weenies.
Yeah.
There's a lot of little dudes.
So I would say it would have to be a condition where you control the board state, and then black would be like
You could only like something about like hurting yourself and
something. Yeah,
I think that can be kind of fun. I mean, Death Shadow would be a fun card to put into a mono black.
Oh, absolutely.
Because mono black burn is also like a sub archetype that exists, and so it's like, do I let myself go down to like 6 so that my Death Shadow can be pretty big, like a 7/7, or do I not because like maybe they have like Skullcrack or whatever the card is, Bump of the Night, I think it's called.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like 1 mono black to deal 3. So it's like, oh my god, I'm 2 Bump of the Nights away. Should I go to 7 instead? Like, it's kind of cool.
It would be interesting. I don't know. Audience, we'll play around with it. We'll see. We'll get back to you about it.
We're workshopping.
We're workshopping it. We're just putting it out there.
Cool. I think mono black would be the way I'd want to do a Dan. A variant, but
I would love to see it.
Yeah. I mean, any other like format things you want to talk about? I think commander variants are fun. Technically, like Plane Chase, I guess, could be like a different format or whatever.
Oh, Plane Chase is pretty cool. I've played that once or twice.
Ooh, how was that? I've never played.
It's pretty cool. There's like basically you start and you have to roll a die, and then like the die basically determines what kind of plane you're in, and then if you can escape that plane.
Gotcha.
And so like one of the examples was like whenever a creature enters, all creatures enter tapped was like an example of one, or like all creatures get trample.
Ooh.
For an example. So like if you had any creatures out already and you did have like a kind of big creature but it just didn't have trample, so then that makes you like a huge threat. But then like everyone gets one roll at the beginning of their upkeep to roll to see if they can get out of the plane.
Yeah.
Or you can then spend rolls by tapping down your mana.
Yeah.
And like essentially
rolls.
like so you get your first free roll, then you can pay one to do another roll, and then you have to keep doubling it as it goes on.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's pretty cool. And then it also when you leave the plane, the plane has effects too. And then when you obviously enter into a new plane, it has effects. And some of them are devastating. Like some of them are like, congratulations, you entered into this plane, board wipe. Or some of them are like, whenever you leave the plane, exile everything.
Oh my god.
So it's just like,
brutal.
yeah, some of them are pretty brutal.
Right, decisions of like, do I invest in my board? Do I not? Do I try to leave the plane by spending my mana? I think that's fun. That's cool. There's definitely like different things you can learn from these different formats. I think the biggest deal is that since Commander is the only format that's like double the life and you have 3 opponents, that like it encourages a lot more like slow and build late game kind of decks.
I know.
Whereas like other formats, like if you play Modern or like Vintage or whatever, it's like turn 1 through 3 is usually like when you want to win. So it's like you have to be really careful about even playing like a tap land. It's like you will just die
because it'll set you back.
Yeah.
I mean, I've literally because I've played Modern as much, I've literally had times where it's felt like I only get tap lands, and I'm like, oh shit, like I'm gonna lose this game because I can't get out enough fast mana. Yeah. But it's still fun.
Yeah, I think that's something that like I think also what I've learned from like other formats is like you really gotta evaluate the floor of a card. So like, you know, like if it enters and does something big, that's usually a lot better than like if it attacks.
Yeah.
Like you have to wait a whole turn for it to attack, and so it's like hard to really bank on.
Like all those cards that when they enter, for black especially, it's like, oh, target opponent exiles or discards a card. Like those are really helpful, especially if you have like a lot of them.
Yeah.
But they're just 1/1s usually, so they don't do a lot of damage usually.
I remember like creatures getting more abilities that when they enter they do something was like the form of power creep maybe in like 2020 or something, like 2019.
Yeah.
Where like we've noticed like a lot of cards started having like when it enters it does something because it's like that's powerful, more powerful than when it attacks, or more powerful when you pay mana into it or something.
Yeah.
It's like you get the immediate effect, and even if like the opponent has removal, you still get that immediate effect,
still get the effect,
which is very important, you know.
Unless you counterspell, you're still gonna get that effect.
Yeah, I know that in limited, so like sealed and draft, I learned, and this is actually really good advice if you're playing limited, the importance of like a card that makes another piece of cardboard. And when I say that, I mean like
He makes like a token.
Makes a token, or makes a like a copy of something, or like it like draws you a card when it attacks or something. Like if it gets you any other form of card advantage, That's so strong in the limited format because in limited you can't sculpt your deck to have like the juiciest bombs in every card draw you have. And so like Commander, it's like a lot of Commander decks are like 70% rares or higher, like rarity, you know what I mean? So it's like in limited it's like you're playing mostly commons. So you having card advantage in some way, like making a clue token or making a treasure or like drawing a card when it attacks. I know like the mono black Azula in Avatar.
Oh, love.
When she attacks, she firebends 2 and makes a
clue token.
Clue, so you can draw a card basically when she attacks. Like that card is very strong for it being like I think an uncommon. You know?
Yeah.
And so it's like those formats taught me like if you can like make multiple things, it really helps with your card advantage, which is one of the ways to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of different things to learn about in different formats.
Yeah, probably my favorite Azula, honestly.
Oh yeah, that's controversial.
Everyone loves the Grixis one, but I don't need big flashy, big brain styles all the time. Sometimes I'm
things on the stack.
Yeah, sometimes I'm a Simic player at heart. I just want big, dumb, good value.
Yeah, 4/3 for 4 that draws you a card on attack, basically. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think the Grixis Azula is the most popular commander of the set, so you just made enemies right now.
And you know what? I just said what I said.
That's right. Any closing remarks on our formats talk?
Audience, don't worry. We're going to get on these other formats. We're going to start playing them, and then we'll come back with an update.
Y'all, I'm going to have a Dan Dan deck soon, and then just hit me up if you want to play Dan Dan, because I think it'll be really fun.
And if your name's Dan...
We got 2 of you.
We got 2 of you, so you better watch out, mister. You're not alone.
Enduring curiosity. Enduring curiosity.
And welcome back, audiences.
Yeah.
It's time for us to get back to one of our favorite subjects where we talk about our favorite decks.
Yeah, part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. And tonight, audience, let me amp him up. You know you're out there, Mr. Howson.
Your man.
My man.
Your second man.
My second man.
Because Zergo's always number 1.
Zergo's always number 1. Okay, you know what?
Listen, why not both?
I can have both.
Why not both? That's what I'm saying.
Howson says he's open.
Just get a king-size bed.
King-size bed.
For all the playing you're going to do of these decks.
Have you seen that meme where it's like, son, we need to talk about the Pokemon that you keep? Yes. It's going to be that, but we with magic cards.
It's like a champ.
You're going to be like, John, we need to talk about the magic cards you only decide to play. And I'm going to be like,
oh, beefy men.
What's wrong with that?
It's like, and?
Okay, so.
Yeah, you'll start off with your Howson.
For y'all who don't know, Howson from Baldur's Gate 3. Howson is a elf druid, a 2/4. It is Howson Emerald Archdruid. He costs 3 generic and a green. And he has a 1 generic ability that, when you pay it, until end of turn, target token you control becomes a green bear creature with base power and toughness 4/4 in addition to its other colors and types. And he has the Choose a Background feature, which essentially gives them access to other colors so that way you can diversify the build and then they're not just mono colors.
Right. It's like partner.
It's like partner.
You have two commanders in the command zone, but the background is an enchantment.
So for the enchantment, I chose Agent of the Iron Throne, which is 2 generic and a black. So this makes Howson a Golgari deck, which is green and black. And the enchantment says, commander creatures you own have, whenever an artifact or creature you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent loses a life.
Ooh, an aristocrat-y.
It's very aristocrat-y. My whole idea was that I make tokens. I either turn those tokens into bears and swing at with an army of bears, or I just sacrifice them and I gain value.
There you go. You know, you have the big 4/4s, which are pretty sizable.
4/4s is pretty sizable.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty positive in most combats.
Yeah.
So that's good.
And the thing about it too that's really nice is that like it just turns a token into a creature.
Food token, creature.
So
Treasure token,
treasure token, creature.
Lander token, creature.
Lander bear, treasure bear,
Aww.
clue bear,
That's so cute.
food bear.
Food bear.
All these tokens, even just like, okay, let's say I make a creature token.
Yeah, 1/1.
A 1/1 creature token. I can just turn that creature token, baby, it wild shapes. It wild shapes into a bear. And now it's a 4/4 swinging at you.
I wonder how like this lore makes any sense because like Howson turns into a bear, but like why is he turning tokens?
I know. I do think it's kind of funny that this is what I was talking about. I was like, with Gale, I was like, what did they do to Gale? I was like, I mean, I guess this kind of makes sense for him, but at the same time, it doesn't.
I mean, it's instants and sorceries. At least that's kind of wizardy.
It's kind of on theme, but like, this is how I feel about Howson, where I'm like, Howson turning other things into bears. I'm like, okay. I mean, like,
more the merrier.
more the merrier, I guess.
Love me a bear party.
Love me a bear. Ooh.
A bear cuddle puddle.
A bear cuddle puddle. Anyway, so some notable cards of the deck. Some of my favorite notable cards.
Yeah, part of like your main game plan. Like
Okay.
what cards to help you like achieve the goal of.
So I have 3 cards, which are like my main game plan.
Your main squeeze.
One of them, I'll get this one out of the way because audience, you know and you love her. Mirkwood Bats. That's
Your
right.
favorite.
She's back, mama.
Bats.
Bats, bats.
With the special pretty art too.
With
Don't
a
forget.
special pretty art, which Sethy gave me. Thanks, Sethy.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Essentially, if you have forgotten about Miss Mirkwood,
Don't forget her.
don't forget her.
That was mistake number 1.
That was mistake number 1. And now she has, whenever you create or sacrifice a token, hold up, that's what this whole deck is about.
Token deck.
Everybody's losing a life, mama.
Youch.
So essentially, I'm gonna be making a bunch of tokens in this deck. Everyone's gonna be losing life. Now, of course, Mirkwood Bats is just the 1 out of the 99, but I have a lot of other similar effects where it's like either I sacrifice something or whenever I create something, I get more value. So Mirkwood Bats is obviously the best. Big shout out if you remember. But the other cards that are also really great are I have Academy Manufacturer.
Oh, the triple tokens.
The triple tokens. So this is 3 generic. It is an artifact creature. I think this is the first time I've ever seen this like creature type. Assembly Worker.
Oh yeah, there's like 5.
I was like, there's not a lot, but it's a 1/3, and it says if you would create a clue, food, or treasure token, instead you create one of each.
Triple baby.
So it's very easy for you to like, if you're just making foods, if have this creature out, now you're making treasures and you're making clues.
Yeah, I think treasures include. I think the order of like power of the 3 are treasures number 1, clues
Right.
number 2, foods number 3.
Food number 3.
And it's really easy to make foods.
Yes.
So it's like if you make foods, you just make the other ones too. which
I
is so
have a
nice.
bunch of cards in my deck that make foods. I have a few cards that make treasures, and then I think I have 1 card that makes clues.
What's really nice is that it makes a treasure, which can activate Howson's 1-cost ability to make the
Yes.
other one into a food. So like it powers itself basically.
Yes.
It's really nice.
What's nice about it is that all 3 of those I spend 3 mana, and those are 4/4 bears ready to swing.
Yeah, nothing's getting back past 12 power.
Nothing getting
on
past
defense.
12 power on defense usually.
Yeah.
So, and then another thing to help me out, Mama, we forgot about another kind of bear. A blood bear.
A blood bear? What is this?
So I have Transmutation Font, which is an artifact. It's a 5 generic cost artifact, and it says as a tap ability, create your choice of a blood token, a clue token, or a food token. And then it has a secondary ability that says pay 3, tap, sacrifice 3 artifact tokens with different names. And you can search your library for an artifact card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle as a sorcery.
Damn, tutoring things out from the deck.
Oh, so 100%. If I have this bitch out first, if I have Transmutation Font out first, Transmutation Font helps me get Assembly Worker.
That's so crazy oh my gosh. An assembly worker just makes the 3 that it needs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, 3 mana to do that too is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Very, very
Yeah.
helpful.
So-
So that's part of my like token making strategy. I have another card which is like Witch's Oven.
Classic. Do you have the cat in too?
I do have the cat. I have this like black cat that essentially like when it comes out, everyone loses a life, but then I can sacrifice it with Witch's Oven, which essentially says when you sacrifice a creature with Witch's Oven, you make a food. But if that creature has 4 toughness, Cauldron Familiar. So Cauldron Familiar is a single black, is a cat creature. And whenever it enters the battlefield, each opponent loses a life and I gain a life. And then I can sacrifice a food to return it from the graveyard if it dies. Which is hilarious because Witch's Oven essentially says sacrifice a creature, make a food token.
Yep, the engine be engineing.
If that creature has 4 toughness, though, I get to make 2 food tokens.
Nice.
So, which is nice because Halsin's literally 1 cost ability
Makes things 4/4s.
makes things 4/4. So I can, if I get 1 food, I can then pay 1, make that a bear. Then on my next turn, of course, and then I can sacrifice it, make 2 foods, sacrifice one of those foods, bring back the cat, and then just keep sacrificing the cat.
The food engine.
The food engine.
That's so good. Yeah, the cat cauldron combo, like combo synergy, whatever you want to call it, was very popular in standard when it came out.
I heard, yes.
And so it's like an iconic duo now.
Yeah. So that's one of like really fun pieces I have to interact with. That makes me a lot of foods.
Gotcha. That's like your game plan, right? Your little engine there.
Another subcategory game plan I have the. Oh yeah, I did bring it out.
I remember.
I brought all of them out. I brought them all right here. Look at that.
The cauldron combo. I played this deck once when we shared each other's decks.
How did you feel playing? Yeah.
I loved. It was fun. It's like definitely more bracket 1-2, but
yeah,
I do appreciate that it like has ways to ramp lands, which is nice. My favorite card for sure was the Springheart Nantuko because like that's a crazy
this card,
good card.
Mama.
Yes, the Modern Horizons 3 power creep that it is.
And look at its special art.
You did get the special art too. It's very nice. It's a 2-mana enchantment creature, insect monk. It's a 1/1, but it has bestow, so you can cast it instead as an aura attached to a permanent, and it has enchanted creature gets +1/+1. But more importantly, it has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1 in a green. If Springheart Nantuko is attached to a creature you control, if you do, create a token that's a copy of that creature. If you didn't, create a 1/1 insect. And so it's like token copies of like your big creatures just for playing lands.
Oh yeah.
A fun synergy you have in there is you have cards that like when they enter or when they die, they make landers.
Yes.
And so, like, landers are landfall, which means you get more triggers. And Springheart, which you can pay for more triggers, you get more lands. It's like
yep.
Engines.
It feeds into itself.
I love repeating engines like that.
And then my last little gimmick with my deck is the temple shrines.
You got lots of shrines, right?
I have many shrines because when I first was making it, the idea behind it was just that I want to make shrines because it's like Halsin's kind of like a little bit of he does have a faith. So I thought it was kind of cool to be like, oh, he gives, devotion to these shrines and then these shrines give effects. So I have a lot of shrines. I think I have 6 now. And basically one of them that I have here is from the Avatar set. It is Northern Air Temple. It's a single black legendary enchantment. It's a shrine. It says when it enters, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of shrines you control. And then whenever another shrine you control enters, each opponent loses life and you gain a life. So it's like not the most impactful, but it's an example of like other shrines I have. So like all the shrine synergies work off each other, where there's some of them where it's like
I know some give you the mana.
One gives me mana.
Which is really nice.
One helps me choose someone to discard cards.
Nasty.
One drains at the post or beginning of like pre-main phase. Drains everyone at pre-main phase.
Uh-huh.
One of them gets me a bunch of lands.
Very nice.
And this one just drains people. And then I have another one that gets +1/+1 counters, and another one which I can pay 1, and I can just straight up destroy someone's creature at the end of combat.
Damn. Removal on a stick.
Removal on a stick. And they all count towards how many ever shrines you have.
Right.
So if I have all my shrines out, Mama, I can get 6 counters on 1 shrine creature. I can pay 1 to destroy something with 6 or less power or toughness.
Crazy.
I can drain the table for 6. I can make someone discard 6. I can have 6 mana. It's really helpful.
That's fun. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that's like a unique flavor to your deck that I'm sure many other decks don't have, is the shrine subtype synergy. So that's really fun.
At least that art going like full shrines.
And Avatar seeing extra shrines, I'm sure made you very happy.
Oh, yeah. Especially with those 2, I was like, these are both hilarious effects.
Would you consider those your pet cards in the deck?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because there's a few of them.
Any other like pet cards you think I'm like, oh my gosh, that's my baby? Because you do have a spell book in there.
I have a spell book. I love my no maximum hand size.
Yeah.
I would say a few other pet cards would just be, there's 2 cards I have that are landfall cards that create me more tokens. So like one of them, when it landfalls, it creates me a clue, and then if I ever sacrifice a clue, it gets +1/+1 counters.
Oh, Tireless Tracker.
Tireless Tracker, and then Tireless
Famous
Provisioner.
card. And that's another one, yeah.
And
Riff
then
on that.
that's the other one that's similar, but that one makes you either a treasure or that one makes you a food.
Yep.
So they
Landfall.
work very well together, and of course this is kind of a landfall deck, but that's not like it's not a major category.
I mean, having like landfall or land entering or like fetching lands is always gonna be a powerful archetype because mana and card draw are like the best ways to win a game.
Yeah.
Definitely consider how your deck does those whenever you're making a deck.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Yeah, and that's my deck. That's my Halcyon deck.
Huge.
Very,
cute.
very, very basic. Very basic.
Yeah, I'm gonna mention the second commander deck that I made, which is my Lathiel Angels deck.
Yeah.
So
I've seen
Lathiel-
this quite a few times.
The Bounteous Dawn is a 2 and Selesnya, so 4 total mana for a 2/2
Selesnya.
legendary creature unicorn.
Unicorn.
Yeah, unicorn.
And I said,
No, they said nay,
yeah.
I said nay. It has lifelink.
I usually keep about
Goofy
it.
on, yeah, goofy. At the beginning of each end step, if you gain life this turn, distribute up to that many +1/+1 counters amongst any number of target creatures. I can target opponents' things too, I guess. I've never done that.
That's true.
But basically, my idea behind this was, I mean, new players love to just like pick a tribal type and then just like latch onto it.
No, absolutely.
Mine was Angels, because I remember I was with my brother. We pulled a lot of packs, and I think it was during Iconic Masters. I think we pulled a Avacyn Angel of Hope,
Oh.
the big 8 mana,
Oh, yeah.
flying, vigilant, indestructible, other permanents you control of indestructible. And so
she's strong. She's very
big
strong.
angel. It's really cool. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I love angels. And then I remember I played my first couple of sets that I was there for were Eldritch Moon, which had
Oh yeah.
some other angels, the Bruna Gisela combo, the meld, which I'll talk about later. So like a lot of angels in my life. I love the Innistrad lore because I started around there, and so Sigarda being Selesnya was like, I really want to include her, but a lot of times people do angels in mono white. So I'm like, I definitely want to do Selesnya because I like Sigarda a lot, and I have multiple versions for her in the deck. And so I went with a commander that wasn't an angel, but because I know that a common sub-theme amongst angels is that they have lifelink or they care about life gain.
Yes.
And so my idea was, my general consensus for what I wanted the deck to be was I wanted to have life-linking angels that, with my commander, grow exponentially. And what's nice is that since they grow so much, you know, the general idea is that, let's just say you have let's start with a Gisela, the Broken Blade. She's a 4 mana, 4/3, flying first strike lifelink.
Which is decent.
It's nice,
good.
right? I mean, first strike, lifelink, 4 power is
4
gonna,
power.
and flying is like gonna connect most of the time and hold back a lot of things.
Yeah.
And so with the commander out, what happens is that like maybe turn 4, I usually have some ramps, so like I can do some ramp turns 1 or 2
To get your lifelinky unicorny out pretty
Yes.
fast.
So I might just like, let's just say that I get Gisela out on turn 3 and then Lathiel on turn 4. On turn 4, I can swing with my 4 power lifelink angel, gain 4 life. So at the end step, I can put 4 more counters on Gisela. She's an 8 power creature.
Yeah.
And so now, when I swing with her again, it doubles up to 16 and 32 and so on, right?
She gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
It's really exciting. And it's like, that's the general consensus is like, these big creatures are so hard to deal with because you can't really swing into them. A lot of the deck is kind of a control-y shell where there's a lot of like protection or like gives everything hexproof. I know that Sigarda gives things hexproof. The new Sigarda gives things hexproof. I know that the old one has like amazing hexproof because it has hexproof and Sigarda Host of Herons has hexproof and spells and abilities your opponents control can't cause you to sacrifice. Yeah.
That is so strong.
So it's like
The fact that we have not seen any other like spells or effects like that before.
right. It's like very nice to have that insurance of like you can't edict me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of ways to prevent that from taking me down. And so like a lot of angels also have like vigilance, and so I can like keep my aggro and then hold up my blockers. And even if like someone wants to swing at me, I will still gain the life. and my commander still gets me the +1/+1 counters, even if it's on someone else's turn that I gain the life. And so I have some really good things in the deck to like gain me that life really, really effectively, so I can start growing fast. Yeah. So some of my game plan cards, I'd say. Earlier drops, I have Soul Warden, which I know you love, a Soul Sister.
Love a Soul Sister.
I have Bishop of Wings, which is a 2-mana cleric, and it says when an angel enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life.
Which is pretty dang good.
Because 4 life means 4 counters.
4 counters.
So it's like instantly bolstering up to almost double the power for a lot of these angels, you know? And so it also says when an angel dies, I make a spirit. So it's like some consolation.
Yeah.
I can grow the spirits too to like be flying threats too. I have a Lyra Dawnbringer in here, which is very nice because she's like a angel anthem lord.
Yeah.
She's an angel lord. She has 5 mana, 5/5. Other angels you control get +1/+1 and lifelink. I definitely need every angel to have lifelink in this deck. A lot of them do, a lot of them don't. And so I play a mix of both. And so I play some like lifelink enablers just to make sure that I have lifelink on everything. And so that's a good one. Another great one, which goes nuts with the other cards that I mentioned, is Valkyrie Harbinger.
That's the one that...
From Kaldheim, 6 mana. And at the beginning of each end step, if you gain 4 more life this turn, you can create a 4/4 angel.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yeah, that's another thing with angels. They love making angel tokens.
Yes, they make other 4/4 angels. And so it's like a lot of them have vigilance too. So it's like so satisfying to get like big stacked vigilance flying creatures because it's like hard to block, always able to block on my side. So I can keep my life gain too. It's such a great deck. It's almost, what's interesting is it's a bracket 2 deck.
It pops off really well.
It pops off. And what's weird about it is that it tumbles really well against other bracket 2 and 3 decks. So like,
I mean, I've seen it. I've heard you explain stories of you going toe to toe with the Dragon.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And it's like once you get like an 8/8 lifelink vigilance, most dragons can't keep up, and if they do, it doubles to a 16/16. You know what I mean? So it's like it's just like an unpenetrable force that like I really have on my side. So like imagine just like making 4/4 angel tokens and then Bishop of Wings sees them, gains you 4 more life. Like it's nuts sometimes.
So now that 4/4 turns into an 8/8.
Yeah, like it's nuts sometimes.
And then even if you don't attack with it, mama, that's still a blocker.
Yes. It's so fun. I do incidentally have a like a lot of non-angels in there just because like I don't need to have like 30 angels for it to be angel tribal.
Right.
I think I have like 20.
Yeah, 20's good.
And I have a lot of cards that like really synergize. So like a really weird one is Spike Feeder, which is an old famous combo card.
Spike Feeder.
It's a 3-mana spike creature. It's like a little plant thing on the art. But basically it comes in with 2 counters on it. And you can, what's important for this deck is that you can remove 1 counter to gain 2 life.
Oh my god!
Yes, so you can kind of see the engine of like I play it. It comes in with 2 counters. I take 1 off, gain 2 life. I get 2 counters on it.
You put some more counters.
So that's 3. And then
next turn you remove 2.
Yeah, my opponent's turn. 'Cause I can do it in between everyone's turn. So my next opponent's turn, I take off 2. I gain 4. Put 4 counters on it. Next person, I take off 5. Gain 10. Put 10 back on. It's crazy. When it comes back to me, it's like already in the double digits. It's nuts.
So this is audience what I was talking about where it's like, you said this was probably like bracket 2?
Well, it has no game changers in it.
Yeah.
But it tumbles, like this life gain and big creatures, like just can go off so fast. Maybe I should qualify as a 3 just because it's a very efficient deck.
And see, this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes if your deck is synergistic enough, sometimes it really does go toe to toe with bigger decks where it's like, I have a game changer. Why didn't I win? Be like, mama, I have better synergy.
Like, I don't even need game changers.
I don't need game changers. And look how stronger
I can still beat your ass. Yeah, so I mean, even like new cards like Exemplar of Light is such a nice one. Whenever you gain life, put a counter on it.
Him.
Whenever it gets counters,
draw a card. Oh my god!
I can like even just like having that Soul Warden and like gaining a life each turn when someone plays a creature. Like I gain and draw a card. Like it's just such a great synergistic deck. My pet cards, I definitely want to include. I mentioned were the Brisella meld. So the Gisela and Bruna combo where like
one's a 4-drop angel, one's a 7-drop angel when you have both.
And I've seen the art. It's like they magical girl kiss and then they turn into like a cute
An
magical girl.
Eldrazi angel. Yeah, not cute at all on the backside.
It's not cute, audience. It's not cute.
We need to do our lore episode about Innistrad because you gotta know why that happens.
I'm scared.
It's
very
freaky
scared.
and demonic.
I'm very scared.
I'm like shaking. I'm like, I love the deck. I need to play it more. It's just so okay. Since it's so good against other like bracket 2 and 3 decks,
Yeah.
I have a hard time playing it because I just feel like I stomp so hard.
It is. It's probably your stompiest deck.
And like I just play so much like protection in the deck, so like it's hard to interact with it too, which is like a strength of the deck, but it's not a strength when keeping the games fun.
Right.
So it's kind of interesting that way. Another one of the pet cards I have Once Upon a Time in here, just because it was a really famous card in Standard. I thought it was cool.
What's that one?
It's a 2-mana card, and it says if this is the first spell you cast in the game, you can cast it for free. And it just like looks at the top 5 cards, and you can put a creature or land into your hand. And so it's just kind of fun to like, you know.
That's an interesting effect.
I know. It's kind of quirky. It's like if it's in my opening hand, I'm like, I get to flex something that people are going to get mad at.
You're like, that would be an interesting dynamic. Like, if this is the first spell you've cast this turn, I feel like they've done some effects like that.
Yeah, they've done some things like
They've
that.
definitely done more of the if this is your second spell you've cast this turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
But this one's in the game.
yeah,
like
yeah, I know this one's like the whole game in general.
I can be like, turn 1, like someone else starts first. I'm like, actually, before you cast it, in response, Once Upon a Time.
You know what it reminds me of? The epic cards.
Don't even go there.
You don't like them, huh?
They're garbanzo beans.
Audience, he hates.
Maybe we'll have to do an episode about cards I'm like, I just upset about, and that'll be one of them. For
That should be one of them.
Yeah.
Because the fact that those exist, I'm like, how can y'all play?
There's only 5 in the game.
There's only 5 ever.
Yes, and it's gonna keep that way because they're so stupid.
Well, Sethy, what else would you love to gush about your deck?
Well, to wrap up my section about this deck here, it is just such a good engine. I have my pet cards like my Shadow Spear, my
Yes.
Monster Manual in there.
Nasty.
What I love to do so much is I have stuff like Greater Good, so like I can sacrifice a creature, draw cards equal to its power, and like in green, drawing like 15 cards is the most satisfying thing ever. Like it's crazy. So lots of good removal in there, lots of control pieces. I think I run like 3 board wipes or something. It's like it just makes me happy. It's a really good, nice deck that I like to bling out as I get new cards, and I like to look on each new set to see if there's any cool angels. You know, it's like I appreciate having it, and like I should play it again soon because I definitely like am too scared to bring it out sometimes. But it's a good deck. My good unicorn.
Your unicorn. It's your unicorn with a bunch of her gay besties.
Oh yeah, Miss Unicorn Slayana.
She's like, look at my friends.
They all got wings.
They all got wings, and I love and support them. That's what your deck is. It's an ally deck.
An ally.
Your ally commander.
Definitely love it so much. It makes me happy, and you know, I think what's like, it's just so good against combat strategies.
Yes.
That like whenever like I just need to like guarantee I'm not gonna get beat down by dinosaurs or dragons
Or monks.
I got this. I was gonna mention what's so funny about your decks is that you have 4 decks total. 3 of them.
5 now.
What's your 5th?
My Rexy.
What's your 4th?
So Simic, my Orzhov, which is Rexy, and then I have Zurgo, Elsha, and then I have Helson.
Okay. Out of 5 decks, 4 of them are token decks.
What are you trying to say?
You love your tokens. You love your
I
tokens.
do love my tokens.
Coma makes tokens.
Coma makes
Halcyon cares about
tokens.
tokens.
Allison cares about tokens.
Elsha
Elsha
makes
cares about
tokens.
tokens.
Zurgo makes
cares about
tokens.
What?
You like what you like.
I like what I like.
You're like, I want to do tokens in every color.
And how can I do it? Oh, I found out how.
Yep, you did. You did. Yeah, my decks are, I mean, I have 2 like aggro decks, 2 like control-y decks. And so maybe I need like something to break the mold for sure.
Yeah, my Rexy is my only control deck, really. The rest of them are aggro, and then Helson's not super aggro. He can be, but he's more of like I'm a lay back and I'm a just
Ramp value. Value
Yeah.
engine deck for sure.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Nice.
I love talking about our decks. It's just really fun.
Yeah.
Sweet.
They're so nice and detailed and veiny. I mean,
Veiny.
all right. Well,
that wraps up
that
this
wraps
one.
up this one.
Thanks for listening, y'all.
Thanks for listening. You just listened to Enduring Curiosity.
Feel free to check out another episode.
And this is your host, Jon
And Sethy.
Bye.